The Insta Pump Fury 2 is back and they have several colorways right now on the website. Hey guys, welcome back to the Kicks Reasons channel. Today we're looking at this specific Insta Pump Fury, and this Insta Pump Fury is part of the Looney Tunes pack right here in this beautiful box with the Looney Tunes all over it, very nicely looking. And this is the Insta Pump Fury 2 or 95 like I call it now, which is themed after the Roadrunner, one of my favorite characters in the Looney Tunes actually. Always like that little guy. I always felt sorry about the coyote, but it is what it is. So you guys are gonna see a close-ups on the box, but let me pull it out and talk to you. Excellent work on the box, I have to say. I really like when they do themed boxes. They're really nice. Even the paper inside is Looney Tunes themed. And here are the shoes. Interesting color combination they decided to go with. And I gotta say, I like it. It works. Maybe the midsole color, I would have loved to be maybe white, because this kind of a cream, it's a bit, it looks like it's old, but it's fine. I think it's not a bad color combination. And I like the little touches they did all over the shoe. But before I go over to this specific one, let's talk about the original one. So the original Insta Pump Fury 2 came back in 1995, following the massive success of the Insta Pump Fury 1, which of course was designed by the one and only Stephen F. Smith, one of the greatest designers of footwear of all time. And Reebok was trying to find a way to build up on the success of the first one and release a second one. Now, I have to say, even back in the day, the original second one was not as big of a success. Maybe just because of the colorway selected. The original one, of course, was the famous black and purple, which one of my friends had, so I had a very close look on it all the time. And I have to say, it was not as good as the very first one, of course, the Citron colorway, which was absolutely amazing and everybody wanted it. Now, of course, they did some improvements of the tech. They did an embedded hexalite on the forefoot, which was not visible. It was only marked here where the little writing is. It says hexalite. Now in these retro versions, I'm not even sure if there's a hexalite in the forefoot at all. Even if there is, it's not the original hexalite, so it really doesn't matter that much. And of course, on the design here, instead of the honeycomb shaped visible hexalite, it was just triangle shaped on the back, on the lateral side, and on the bottom. And another thing they did, they brought up the heel and the forefoot a little bit closer, maybe for a little bit more stability. Probably that's what the engineering design was behind. Now, one of the things that really I'm not a fan of is what Reebok are doing with these special releases, like collaborations and other themed Insta Pump Furies. Instead of using graphite or carbon fiber shank, they replace it with this cheaply looking TPU, which I'm not a fan of. It is just plastic and doesn't look good, and I wish they just keep it uniform and keep the graphite or carbon fiber. If you go to their website and you check out the original colorway, which was also released initially, that one comes luckily with the graphite or the carbon fiber shank like they call it now. I'm not sure why they're not calling it graphite anymore. Maybe they don't have the rights to that branding. I'm not entirely sure, but if I was there in charge, I would have pushed all the old branding names out there so people know what it's all about. And I will be very proud to show that as a company, Reebok was the first to implement carbon fiber on variety of sneakers that Nike took 4 or 5 years later to put on Air Jordans and claim they're amazing. So this being out of the way, I think the colorway is great. Both pumps work excellent. One of them says Insta Pump Fury and the other one says Rocket Powered, which I really like. And of course, on the back, there's the little logos. There's no vector on this one, and there's no vector on this one, of course. It's just that cloud of dust that the Roadrunner leaves behind him when he runs. Really nice and cute. So another very good touch is on the tone. You guys are gonna see on the close-ups as well. One of the tones says Looney Tunes, and the other one has the Reebok logo, which is kind of like in a cartoon font. Another very good touch here. And obviously the insoles are Ortholite, which is a great thing to see. They're not the cheaply made standard insoles they've been using across many models now. And of course, in one of the insoles is the Roadrunner with his signature beep beep noise, and the other one has the Vector logo with the stars where the coyote sees around his head when he bumps into a rock or something. Now comfort, yes, they're very comfortable. They have a nice heel cup. This was one of the kind of improvements on the second Insta Pump Fury. Had a little bit more cushioning on the heel. The tone is well padded. Well, it's not really a tone because it's attached with the rest of the shoe. Like I mentioned, both pumps are working perfectly fine. So if you're putting them on feet and you feel like you need a little bit more of a hug and a little bit more of a tighter fit, just pump them up. They work just like the original ones. In the front, there's no genuine materials. It's all synthetic leather. We have that little signature triangle reflective right here, which is still reflective. And the rest of it is the outer shell of the Insta Pump system. In the back as well is synthetic leather. But overall, I think they did an excellent job here. And they're actually retailing a lot cheaper than the original colorway. I think these are around 130 on the website, where the original colorway was released for 180, which was kind of a big jump in pricing. Currently, I think they're on sale for around 150 or 160 like that. But as a legacy model, Insta Pump Fury 2 was always something special because it was the follow-up. It had a little bit more tech. I was always curious about that 4-foot hexalite that was not visible. I wish they found a way at the time to show it and showcase it because I remember when my friend got it, and it was saying hexalite here. We're like, nah, man, come on, there's no hexalite in here. They're just writing it here because there's no space in the back. But in reality, when you see the breakdown or some of the promotional material they used to give you with the shoes, you can see that there is a big plate of hexalite in the 4-foot. So they were quite a good runner with a lot of support, very light at the time, obviously no laces. And of course, a lot of people liked them. I'm not sure who was the original designer. It was definitely not Mr. Stephen F. Smith. And initially I thought he was, but after my conversation with him a couple years back, I cleared that out and I know it's not him. So I'm still trying to find out who's the original designer. But regardless, these are great on feet, especially now for the summer. You can rock them with shorts. You can rock them with even with jeans, whatever you want to do. Obviously now it's super hot, so shorts are preferable, but they look great. And I feel like the Looney Tunes, like myself. I grew up on Looney Tunes, the original ones. It was always a lot of fun to watch them. And this team with the Roadrunner, which is one of my favorite characters, it's excellent. And I love here that they did not change the tone. Because for some unknown reason, the original pair that is released on Reebok.com has perforated tone, which the original one released in stores back in the day was not. It was like that. It was all cushioned with no perforation. I know some of the very first engineering samples back in the day had the perforated tone. Maybe that's why they decided to do it this way. But personally, I prefer the shoes to be released the way they were released back in the day, in the stores, and the way we saw them as kids and the way we saw them on feet back in the day. But that's another subject to discuss. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. There are a ton more videos coming very soon. I have many pairs behind me. They are waiting to be reviewed, and I'm hoping you guys are gonna enjoy them as much as I do. And as always, you have a wonderful day.